Hi, everyone. Welcome to your bedtime stories with me, Miss Debbie. And I look forward to sharing a Lunar New Year story, sort of, and some Valentine stories tonight as Valentine's Day is coming up and the Chinese New Year. So let's begin. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? Hope you had a swell day and that you're tucked into bed with your covers up to your chin and snuggled in and in Lily White's party and just enjoying some stories before you fall asleep. So, and what happened today? Did you go to preschool or nursery school or to the park with a babysitter or a nanny, or did you go to grandma's house? Did you go somewhere where mommy left you? Then this is for you. Sometimes my mommy takes me over to my friend's house to play. Sometimes she's gone a little while, and sometimes she's gone all day. But my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back to get me. My mommy comes back, she always comes back, she never would forget me. And that's a little song you could sing to yourself if you're feeling lonely without mommy around. Now, my friends all like to do Where is Thumpkin? So we do that at bedtime to exercise our fingers and remind us of our manners in dealing with other people or fingers. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Stride away, stride away. Where is Ringman? Where is Ringman? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Skip away, skip away. Have you learned to skip yet? It's quite it's hard to learn, but once you get the knack, it's like whistling. Whistling is hard, but once you get the knack, you can do it. And skipping, you can do it. It's like balancing on a scooter or a bicycle. It could, it will happen. It will happen. Our first story is not exactly about the Chinese New Year, but it takes place in China. And it's my favorite book called Tikki Tikki Tembo, retold by Arlene Mosel and illustrated by Blair Lent. I love listening to this story and I love telling it. Look at that beautiful title page. This is published by Holt, Reinhardt, and Winston in New York. And this is a kite flying high in the air. And here's a picture. You can see this is a very old book. It's kind of getting frayed. But here is the picture of the little village where the family lives. So there's the house. There's water down below. Here's the village. There's a bridge. There's the old man sleeping under the tree. That's the layout. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, it was the custom of all the fathers and mothers in China to give their first and honored sons great long names. But second sons were given hardly any name at all. In a small mountain village, there lived a mother who had two little sons. Her second son she called Chang, which meant little. But her first and honored son she called Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sa Rembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, which meant the most wonderful thing in the whole wide world. And here she is looking out of her door at her children flying a kite. You can see they're just little boys. There's the stream that runs past their house. Every morning, the mother went to wash in a little stream near her home. The two boys always went chattering along with her, and on the bank was an old well. "Don't go near the well," warned the mother, "or you will surely fall in." And here she is washing the laundry in the stream, and that's what people did a long, long time ago. We didn't have washing machines in those days, and people washed in the stream. And in some parts of the world, they still do. So here's the little boys playing, and here's their kite getting tangled in and amongst the well. The boys did not always mind their mother, and one day they were playing beside the well and on the well when Chang fell in. And you could see there's water at the bottom of the well and a bucket which draws up water for water that you would use in the house for cooking and maybe washing. Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sa Rembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to his mother and said, "Most honorable mother, Chang has fallen into the well." "The water roars, little blossom, I cannot hear you," said the mother. Then Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sa Rembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, raised his voice and cried, "Oh, most honorable one, Chang has fallen into the well." "That troublesome boy," answered the mother. "Run and get the old man with the ladder to fish him out." Wouldn't it be nice if our children called us most honorable one? Here she is listening to him. Then Tikki Tikki Tembo, no Sa Rembo, Chari Bari Ruchi, Pip Peri Pembo, ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to the old man with the ladder and said, "Old man with the ladder, Chang has fallen into the well. Will you come and fish him out?" "So," said the old man with the ladder, "Chang has fallen into the well. He's sitting under the tree smelling flowers." And you could see a dragonfly, a bird, a butterfly, and little Tikki Tikki Tembo is running up. Look at his shoes. Look at those sandals. Just a great picture book. And he ran as fast as his old legs could carry him. Step over step, step over step, he went into the well, picked up little Chang, and step over step, step over step, brought him out of the well. He pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him, and pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him. And soon Chang was just as good as ever. Oh, here's a picture of the festival. Dragons were always used in Chinese festivals. They scare away the bad things, not the good things. Dragons are good. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, for several months, the boys did not go near the well, but after the festival of the 8th moon, they ran to the well to eat their rice cakes. Isn't that what anybody would do? Sit on the edge of the well and walk around the edge of the well. Yes. They ate near the well. They played around the well. They walked on the well. And Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo, fell into the well. Oh my gosh, look at this, just makes you cry. Little Chang's running so fast, he dropped his rice cake. And Tikki Tikki Tembo dropped his rice cake too when he falling down into the well. Just love these pictures. Chang ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to his mother and said, "Oh, most honorable mother, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo has fallen into the well." "The water roars, little one, I cannot hear you." So little Chang took a deep breath. "Oh, mother, most honorable," he panted. "Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo has fallen into the well." "Tiresome child, what are you trying to say?" said his mother. Poor Chang. "Honorable mother, chari bari, rembo, tikki tikki," he gasped. "Tip pip has fallen into the well." "Unfortunate son, surely the evil spirits have bewitched your tongue. Speak your brother's name with reverence." Poor little Chang was all out of breath from saying that great long name, and he didn't think he could say it one more time. But then he thought of his brother in the old well. Chang bowed his little head clear to the sand, took a deep breath, and slowly, very slowly said, "Most honorable mother, Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo is at the bottom of the well." "Oh, not my first and honored son, heir of all I possess. Run quickly and tell the old man with the ladder that your brother has fallen into the well." So Chang ran as fast as his little legs could carry him to the old man with the ladder. Under a tree, the old man with the ladder sat bowed and silent. Old man," shouted Chang, "come right away. Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo has fallen into the stone well." And here he's on the bridge calling to the old man. But there was no answer. Puzzled, he waited. Then, with his very last bit of breath, he shouted, "Old man with the ladder! Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo is at the bottom of the well." "Miserable child, you disturb my dream. I had floated into a purple mist and found my youth again. There were glittering gateways and jeweled blossoms. If I close my eyes, perhaps I will again return." He's having a wonderful dream where he's a happy young man. Oh boy. Poor little Chang was frightened. How could he say that great long name again? "Please, old man with the ladder, please help my brother out of the cold well." "So," said the old man with the ladder, Your mother's precious pearl has fallen into the well. Look at little Chang trying to grab the ladder. Poor Chang. That's too much responsibility for a little kid. And here they go. Under the tree he sat, across the bridge, through the village. Look at there's the mother looking into the well. The old man with the ladder hurried as fast as his old legs could carry him. Step over step, step over step, he went into the well, and step over step, step over step out of the well with the little boy in his arms. Then he pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him, and pumped the water out of him and pushed the air into him. But little Tikki Tikki Tembo, no sa rembo, chari bari ruchi, pip peri pembo, had been in the water so long, all because of his great long name, that the moon rose many times before he was quite the same again. And from that day to this, the Chinese have always thought it wise to give all their children little short names instead of great long ones. And here is Tikki Tikki Tembo in bed, recuperating, Chang sitting on his mommy's lap, and the old man with the ladder's looking in the window, and it looks like there's tea water boiling on the stove, and there's tea ready to be made. So it has a happy ending. That's one of my favorite stories in the world. Oh, and here's the last picture. And the old man with the ladder is actually standing on his little hill and looking down. He's not sleeping under the tree. Guess he's back in the groove. The end. Tikki Tikki Tembo. Love that story. Oh boy. You know me, I always start to yawn when I'm doing bedtime stories because guess what? I go to bed too and go to sleep. I love Lily White's Party. So let's get ready for bed. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. Story number 2, The Tiptoeing Tiger by Philippa Leathers. Do you know how to tiptoe? Well, that's something most little kids can learn how to do once they learn how to walk. So you have a few things to learn. Learn how to tiptoe. Learn how to balance, right? Learn how to balance. And what did we say in the beginning? Learn how to whistle. Everyone in the forest knew that tigers were sleek, silent, and totally terrifying. When a tiger prowled through the forest, everyone found other places to be. So here comes a big old tiger, and the deer are running away, and the birds are flying away from the tiger. Even a snake in the tree is hiding from the tiger. Tigers are high on the food chain. They could eat any animal. But no one took any notice of little tiger. He could just come out and pounce, and nobody was afraid. No one jumped when he roared. Roar! No one ran away when he tumbled through the forest. Roar! His brother laughed. Oh, little tiger, you're too small and clumsy to scare anyone. I am not, said little tiger. I'm sleek, silent, and totally terrifying. His brother smiled. I don't think you can scare a single animal in the forest. I can, said little tiger, and I'll prove it. And there's his brother lounging on a rock, and here's little tiger looking up at him. I'll prove it. Watch me. Little tiger began to tiptoe through the forest as silently as he could. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Look at him on his toes. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. And he came upon a boar. Roar! You don't scare me, yawned Boar. I could hear you coming a mile away. Bother, said Little Tiger, and he set off again to find someone else to scare. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Who's he coming up on? An elephant. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Roar! Hello, Little Tiger, said Elephant. Did I scare you? Asked Little Tiger. Oh, no, you're much too small. Drat, said Little Tiger, and he set off again to find someone else to scare. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Tiptoe, tiptoe. When you walk on tiptoes, you don't make the same sound as when your feet hit the floor. And then he came upon the monkeys. Roar! Was that meant to scare us? Asked the monkeys, laughing. Yes, it was, said Little Tiger. The monkeys just kept laughing. Little Tiger felt sad. I may not be sleek, silent, or totally terrifying, he thought, but I will find someone to scare. He's cute, isn't he? Just then a frog jumped, splosh, into a pond. This is my chance, thought Little Tiger. I can scare that tiny, jumpy frog. He crept silently up to the water's edge. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. And he looked into the water. Roar! Oh, help! Cried Little Tiger. Bravely, Little Tiger tiptoed back to the water's edge and slowly peered into the pond. A tiger, sleek, silent, and totally terrifying, peered back. He's looking at his own reflection. When you look in water like that, it's like looking into a mirror. So you can practice by looking into a mirror and looking at yourself. Maybe you'll try to scare yourself or smile at yourself. Well, Little Tiger, asked his brother, did you scare anyone? As a matter of fact, I did, said Little Tiger. Look, you can still see his reflection in the water. I scared myself. Sometimes we do scare ourselves. I like that book, The Tiptoeing Tiger. It's just too cute. Oh, well, day is done. And it still gets dark kind of early. Day is done, gone the sun, from the land, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest. Sleep is nigh. Sleep is near. And who comes out when this sky is dark? That's right, Twinkle. Starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Wonder if Twinkle wants to be a crown for me. Make a wish now. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Thank you, Twinkle, for watching over us each night with the rest of the stars. And here is one of our good night love songs. It's called Skidamarink. Skidamarinka-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Skidamarinka-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarinka-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Cha-cha-cha. I like that song. Now we're getting into our Valentine stories. Henry and the Valentine Surprise by Nancy Carlson. Nancy Carlson books are about little kids who go to school. Maybe they're in kindergarten or first grade. And is there nothing better looking than a big bow wrapped box of usually chocolate? Tomorrow was Valentine's Day, and Henry and his classmates found a heart-shaped box on Mr. McCarthy's desk. Of course they're curious. I wonder if Mr. McCarthy has a girlfriend, said Sydney. Teachers don't have girlfriends. They never leave school, said Henry. Everybody thinks their teacher lives at school and their librarian lives and sleeps in the library. Well, I am doing bedtime stories from the library, so it's up to you to find out. Do I sleep here? It's not true, said Tony. I once saw Mr. McCarthy at the grocery store. Let's find out if Mr. McCarthy has a girlfriend, said Henry. So during recess, they spied on Mr. McCarthy talking to Ms. Olson, the playground monitor. It's cold out. You can see the snow is on the ground. And look at, their breath is coming out. Remember when it's cold, you can see your breath. It kind of looks like white fog. At lunch, they saw the lunch lady give Mr. McCarthy an extra tuna melt. He's a popular teacher. Later, Tony spied on Mr. McCarthy eating lunch with the French teacher. Oh, he's climbing up on his friend's back to look in the window of the teacher's lunchroom. Wow, Mr. McCarthy has a lot of girlfriends, said Henry. At the end of the day, Henry asked, "Who is that Valentine for?" "I will tell you tomorrow at the party," said Mr. McCarthy. "Now it's time to go home and work on Valentines for all of your classmates." "Even girls?" asked Henry. "Yes," said Mr. McCarthy. "Please make a Valentine for everyone in the class." After school, Henry made Valentines for everyone in his class, including the girls. Henry even put an extra candy heart in Sydney's Valentine. The next day, everyone was excited about the party. And Mr. McCarthy was looking pretty sharp with his heart bow tie. Do you dress up for holidays? For Valentine's Day, you could wear red bows or a red shirt or a red dress or a red scarf, maybe red gloves. When it was time for the party, Henry asked again, "Who is that Valentine for?" "Well," said Mr. McCarthy, "this very special Valentine is for all of you." Is that fish food? Asked Sydney when they opened the box. And that's a net, said Tony. But we're not fish, said Henry. No, but your new class pets are. Wow! Yay, cheered the class. There are 20 fish, one for everyone in the class to name. You can even make a special Valentine for the fish you name. That is such a nice thing, to each get your own fish. And the kids said, yippee! What a great thing. Oh, and here's the lady from the fish store, Sally's Pets. That must be Sally. See, I told you teachers don't have girlfriends, said Henry. Yeah, said Tony, teachers are too busy teaching. But look at Mr. McCarthy out in the hallway holding hands with Sally from the pet store. Happy Valentine's to you. I hope you get Valentines and give them too. So yeah, let's get a little sleepy here. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink one eye, wink. You know, your eyes close when you start to get sleepy. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink your eye. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink your eye, wink. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head. That's what happens. Your head starts to hang. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head. Now here's how to help that. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. That makes you feel better. Well, it is time for a Lily White's party. And I say to you, go hippity hop to bed. You might say, I'd rather stay up instead. When mother says must, there's nothing but just go hippity hop to bed. But I'll share one more story. Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is cool. I love Pete the Cat by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat, he's pretty good. He's usually happy and inquisitive, just like a kid. It was the day before Valentine's Day, and Pete was riding his skateboard home when he saw his friend Callie. She was holding a big red heart that said love. Have you finished your Valentine's Day cards? Asked Callie. No, Valentine's Day is not cool, said Pete. But Pete, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's a day to tell people how special they are to you, Callie insisted. Pete skated on, but something in the back of his mind told him that Callie might be right. By the time Pete got home, he had decided that Callie was right about Valentine's Day. So he got out his pencils, paper, crayons, and markers and sat down at the kitchen table. First, Pete started to work on a card for his friend Larry. Pete made several cards with big red hearts, but he was not happy with his work. Here he got out all the crayons and pencils, and he started to make the hearts. That looks like a pretty good heart to me. Pete wanted to make the perfect cards for every cat in his class. I'll never get all these cards done in time, Pete told his mom. Pete's mom smiled. Just do your best, she said. Just tell Larry why he is cool. There is something cool about every cat. Pete's mom is pretty. Pete got back to work. He thought hard about what was cool about Larry. To Larry, Happy Valentine's Day from Pete. And he drew a football. Perfect, Pete said. After that, it didn't take Pete long to make cards for all the boys. To Josh, a soccer ball. To Trey, a guitar. To John, a piano. To Rob, a car. Then Pete made special cards for all the girls and wrote "Love Pete" on each one. And of course, he made the biggest heart-shaped card for his mom. The next day, Pete and Callie waited for the bus together. I decided you were right. Valentine's Day is cool. That's awesome, Callie said. By the way, I am having a Valentine's Day party at my house after school, if you want to come. And here they are at the bus stop. They have their lunchbox. They're wearing their backpacks. The bus pulled up then, and Pete and Callie got on. Mr. Ted, the bus driver, smiled and said good morning. But as soon as they were in their seats, Pete put his head in his paws. What's wrong? Asked Callie. I forgot to make a card for Mr. Ted, he cried. Then Pete thought, but I can make him an awesome card before we get to school. Pete pulled out a piece of paper and colored pencils from his backpack, and he began to draw. He's leaning on the back of his backpack. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for picking us up every day for school, Pete and Callie said as they handed Mr. Ted his Valentine. Thank you, Mr. Ted told them. You just made my day. And there it says, they drew a picture of a bus for Mr. Ted, Pete, and Callie. How nice. How kind. What about Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard? We need to make her a Valentine too, Pete practically shouted. Let's do it, Callie said. Let's make Valentines for everyone. Pete and Callie got super busy making cards for everyone. To Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard, to the policeman, to the fireman, and just one, maybe for the teacher, it says Happy Valentine's Day. Read. I don't think you have to force anyone to read. After school, Pete went to Callie's party. He rang the bell and then he froze. Callie opened the door only to find her friend in a panic. What's wrong, Pete? I forgot something very important, Pete admitted. What? Callie asked. I just realized I forgot to make a card for you, Pete said. That's okay, Pete. Cards are just a way of showing you care. Hanging out with you, that's way better than any card. This is the best Valentine's Day ever. They're eating cake. Whoa, what's not to like? And happy Valentine's Day to you. Love, Pete. That is a nice book. So I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a good night's sleep. And I love you. And I will see you next time. Bye.